Jiri Prochazka reacts to his victory over Jamal Hill. His dynamic performance in the highly anticipated light heavyweight clash ended with him finishing Jamal after dropping the former champion multiple times, finally making the referee step in and stop the fight. One notable difference in Jiri's performance compared to his other fights, including the most recent ones, was his highly improved head movement, something that he implemented in his explosive striking style. He had talked about working on being more elusive following his last loss to Alex Pereira, and promised on the pre-fight presser that he would keep his hands high and be more defensively responsible with Hill. So he did exactly that. After finishing Jamal, Jiri couldn't hide how excited he is about the prospect of getting another shot at Alex Pereira, calling for the fight after Joe Rogan asked him what's next for him. Here's how Jiri commented on his performance.
We are here for fight, to win the fight. Even, you know, I know there is a rules and all these things, but this is the true sport of man, the fight, and you fighting with eyes, no eyes, if the opponent gets you to the balls or not, doesn't matter. Like, for me, it's like fight till the end. There have to be one result winner, one winner, and one who's not. And so I don't play for eye pokes. You know, but I still feel that.
Merab shares thoughts following his successful title defense against Umar. The Georgian's famed fighting pace was put on display one more time, with him not even sitting down on the stool in between rounds, as usual. Aside from giving Khabib's cousin his first loss in his professional career and snatching that dream of becoming champion from him after all the talk and a bitter rivalry between the two, Merab also broke GSP's record of all-time takedowns in the UFC. He's accumulated one of the most impressive runs across all weight classes at this point and is getting close to becoming the bantamweight GOAT. So things are going well for the champion, who showed up to the post-fight press conference still wearing gloves, saying that he only received a 7-day suspension so he could fight again next week. Dvalishvili reacted to his victory and talked about what's next for him after this highly important win.
I was taking my time, nothing to rush. I was there for fight. Like I said, I wasn't looking for wrestling. I wanted to punch the guy's face, and I was looking for a good opportunity to punch. And that's what I was trying, you know, because that's it. And yeah, so I was taking my time because, you know, like, as you guys know, the later rounds I'm waking up more, and I can even go 10 rounds, and especially he's young, you know, and he called me old before. I have a video, like, we have a friendly conversation, and he told me, "Oh, you old, you gotta go, it's my time now." Bro, look at him, bro. Yes, I'm maybe older than you, but I have experience. I training hard. I'm not like what are you talking about? Like, it's like we just have to get rid of the old people. What do you mean, because of you young? Like, what do you mean?
Khabib loses his cool following his cousin's loss to Merab Dvalishvili in the co-main event of UFC 311. The bantamweight champion showcased another stellar performance in which the deciding factor was his famous cardio and endurance. After the first half of the fight, Merab's relentless pace started slowly drowning Umar, and fatigue did its job in the end, securing the champ the last 3 rounds, which ultimately gave him victory. But as Bruce Buffer was announcing the decision, Khabib stood nervously by the cage, hoping to hear that the judges scored the fight for Umar. And right before Bruce revealed who's the winner, Khabib quickly went towards Dana, who was holding the title, ready to wrap it around the victor's waist, and tried to take the belt from him, likely to wrap it around Umar himself. He wasn't too happy when he heard the words, "and still," and his behavior was later described by Islam, who revealed that Khabib was upset at Umar's performance and the judge's decision. And he didn't even say anything to Islam before he walked out for his fight with Moicano. Immediately after Makhachev's victory, Khabib left the arena with Umar, and they headed towards a hospital to treat his cousin for the injuries he sustained in the fight. On the post-fight press conference, When a Russian reporter asked Islam how Khabib felt after Umar's loss in the locker room, Islam said that the former lightweight champion was very upset at the decision. When the reporter then asked him what exactly he told them about what happened to Umar and his loss, here's what Makhachev said, quote, "Of course he was upset. Yes, I will be honest. He was really upset. Then he told me, just focus on your fight and don't think about that. We will discuss it in detail later." After Umar's fight and his reaction, he calmed down and walked out with me to the octagon. And after my fight was done, he left to the hospital with Umar. Dana White finally surrendered to the majority opinion regarding the pound-for-pound #1 fighter in the UFC, saying that he now thinks that Islam Makhachev is in fact #1, changing his opinion from his previously firmly held belief that Jon Jones is not only the GOAT, but also the one who should have Makhachev's position in the rankings. The first part of that has of course not changed, but now it seems the lightweight champion's activity and dominance over the last couple of fights has finally convinced Dana that recent activity is the most important factor in that discussion. But as we know, what Dana says about individual fighters and their achievements often depends on his mood and relationship with those specific fighters. Islam not turning down the fight with Moicano after Arman pulled out, and with that effectively saving the UFC from losing him on the main event, likely played a factor here. One reporter took a shot at Dana over this and brought up Jones's team turning down Chael Sonnen on short notice that one time.
Great performances like he has, but we'll see. We'll see what's next. There's always somebody next.
And in terms of Islam, and you saying you think he's #1 now, like you had gone for years with Jones because of the longevity. What did Islam do in this fight and maybe his previous fight that you looked at and said that puts him #1?
Yeah, I mean, Islam was willing to fight anybody. He stayed active, and he went out tonight and performed the way a guy should on a short notice fight when you are the best in the world and you're the champion. Yeah.
So John might still have it if he fought Chael at 151?
What's the question?
I said John might still have it if he fought Chael at 151.
Yeah. Don't be dicks. I just admitted I'm giving it to him. He's the pound for pound, all right?
And when he comes, since he had such a quick fight, do you bring him back quicker? Is he a guy that you can use earlier because he was,
I don't know. We'll see what he wants to do. And, like I said, we always sit down and start to plan this stuff out on Tuesdays.
Cool. Thank you.
Thanks.
With this win tonight, Islam 15 straight wins, second longest in history behind Anderson Silva, and now the most lightweight title defenses. Do you feel like he is the best lightweight we've ever had in this?
100%. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. I mean, he's the pound for pound best in the world right now, and he's definitely the best to ever do it in that division.